Chairman, let's talk immigration for a moment. Your bill obviously failed last week. Where do we go from here?
Well, actually, last week we made a lot of progress. That was the first of two bills scheduled to be voted on, and it was not expected to do nearly as well as it did. It got 193 votes, about 20 votes short of what was needed. And so that actually caused a lot of members in a conference we held shortly after that vote to say, hey, if we took some from that bill and added them to the new bill, maybe we have something that we can get 218 votes for and pass. So my staff and I and other members from all across our conference and staff worked over the weekend to come up with some new ideas, which we are in the process now of vetting, and it's my hope that these will lead us to take up that second bill with an amendment that will add some important provisions, and then we'll have the opportunity to pass it. It's very important that we address this, the crisis at our border. And I'm talking, of course, about children separated from their parents, but there's far, far, far more than just that. And this bill does address allowing children to remain with their parents in detention. But there are many, many other things. The number of people surging at our borders, the highest it's been during the Trump administration. It's back to levels that we saw in the Obama administration, which had a much more permissive policy. So people are figuring out the loopholes. We've got to close those. We now have a 600,000 person backlog for asylum application. That's an abuse of a process that's important and historically gave 5,000 to 10,000 green cards. People like Alexander Solzhenitsyn, the great Soviet dissident, important program being abused by the coyotes, the human smugglers, and the lawyers advising people, oh, if you get stopped, just ask for political asylum. They'll have to put you out into the countryside because, into the interior of our country because they don't have the space to hold all of these people. It is a serious problem, needs to be addressed now.
Yeah, very serious problem. Mr. Chairman, it's good to see you this morning. Thanks very much for joining me.